Hello there, it's the Cockney Colonel here, getting ready for our auction on Tuesday the 13th of October. Look at our little friend I've got here, a little German musical bird cage. Little fella in there chirping away as if he's a real little bird. It's really pretty cool, right? But fully working like an antique German musical bird cage thing. So he's going to be in the main auction, alright? So just going to turn him off, give us a little bit of peace and quiet. Right, so, as you know, this week, Tuesday, 13th of October, we are going to be starting a 1 o'clock preview and a 2 o'clock start down in the barn. Alright, we're going to have a blitz of all the stuff that we've collected. I haven't been able to get all the room cleared in the barn. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a general idea of the kind of stuff. We've got a load down there that I've laid out, alright, but I'm not going to be running down the barn, alright, to show you everything. But basically it's going to be like a blitz of like box lot stuff. Okay, that we're just going to clear out, and if we've got to do, you know, whole table loads and all the rest of it, alright, then that's what we're going to do. Alright, but this is the kind of stuff that's down the barn. I've got hundreds and thousands of books, so they've all got to go. Alright, but basically it's just all the stuff that we kind of collect that really isn't going to make it into the main auction. So we're just going to throw it all out there, you know, and get rid of it. Alright, so you guys can take it away and make some money, or take it home and do something nice with it. Alright, so that's all going to be good. Alright, we've got another one of those Sears Craftsman table saw things with the big old blades on coming into the main auction. Alright, so that'll be in there, and the other one from last week, it does work, we've tried it. Alright, but let's give you an idea for the main auction. The main auction is going to be 4 o'clock preview, 5 o'clock start. We have got a ton of artwork that has to leave the building. It's taking up too much room. Alright, so we're going to start off, we've got a really nice set of ladies golf clubs. Alright, nice bag, alright, look like they've barely been used. Right, nice set of Cougars. Alright, everybody loves a Cougar, don't they? Alright, so nice set of Cougars. Got an iron there and some, got your irons and got your woods under there. Alright, so that's a nice set. And then, as we said, the German musical bird cage. Alright, really nice piece. And some really cool kind of vintage looking doll's house furniture here that the consignor's brought in. Alright, so little china tea sets and little tables and chairs and baths and dining tables and cots and cribs and grandfather clocks and hutches and all sorts of things going on here with this little miniature doll's house stuff. Alright, Mr. Brown and family. Alright, so little people you can put in your doll's house as well. Alright, some little bartender fella there. He looks like quite fun, doesn't he, eh? Mixing up a drink there. Looks like Alan down at City Fire. Something like that anyway. Well, it doesn't look like Amy, looks like Alan. Anyway, nice little robot, little sort of vintage robot there. He looks quite cool. Some antique bottles or something like that in there. Okay, all right, set of 6 of those. Authentic scale model, whatever they are. All right, and then some nice vintage kind of car lots. All right, and then the old sort of things you used to get out of the little egg things, I think, something like that, you know. Some cool Hot Wheels there. You've got Big Bertha and Command Tank and some other bits and pieces for the Hot Wheels. Some more of the old vintage salt and pepper shakers. Little vintage collection of the photos there. They're always popular, the old black and white photos. Some of the old jokes, you know. I saw there was some, like, you know, imitation vomit or something like that. Lovely. Tricky bread and fake fried egg and all sorts of stuff going on there. So they're rather cool. All right, some more of the Boy Scouts and the railroads across America and the colouring books and the sort of comics and that to do with the railroads. Alright, so I know they're always popular. Some Smith & Hawking of the Christmas decorations. There's a few boxes of those there, so they're going to be cool. Alright, and nice consignor bit here. Alright, so I know that's a sort of vintage old piece there. Alright, the little fella there sitting down. A nice little inkwell with a 14 karat gold nib pen that going with it, I believe. Alright, but not a clue what is in this bag, but it's quite scary looking, and Robbie says it's really cool. So it must be really cool, because Robbie said so, you know. I thought it was a wig, but it ain't. It's stuck to her head. So I think you're meant to, like, do, like, hairdressing or something, practice on her. Yeah? So just stick her on your sort of wardrobe or whatever it is, you know, your chest of drawers, and play with her hair. I wanted it for my own, because I ain't got none, you know, but I couldn't get it off her head, because it's, like, stuck on there. Alright, I think Robbie's put out some of this cool stuff. Alright, so he's got some nice hats and stuff like that. Some really crazy looking lamps there that he's put out. So they look really cool. I'm sure they're going to be popular. The old Sphinx. Alright, so a couple of the old Egyptian looking things there, and a really old Mickey Mouse looking thing. Alright, so that's all cool. An old Seth Thomas clock there. Looks like it's had a bit of love in that one, doesn't it, you know? But I'm sure it's still going to be popular. Really old Seth Thomas clock there. Alright, and some of Robbie's pretty vintage stuff. Pretty vintage. Alright, like, it's not like it's pretty vintage, like it's pretty old. It's like pretty because it's vintage. That's what Robbie thinks anyway. Here, what's he called this thing? Plinko or something like that? I think it's called Plinko, something like that. It's got Ginza written on there. But it's got all the balls and stuff that go with it, I believe. Alright, not sure if this one takes money. Robbie knows all that stuff, but it's rather cool. Some drunk looking clown there hanging onto his lamppost. Looks like he plays music or something like that. So he looks rather cool. Alright, and I know Robbie's still finishing off some of his stuff there. So there's an old Polaroid camera and some kind of Morse code looking machine or something back there. I'm not sure what that one is. Oh, he's got some Lionel train stuff in there with the tracks as well. Alright, so that's going to be neat. Alright, and Robbie's put out a little house of miniatures. So we've got Doll's House furniture coming out of our ears this week. Alright, so he's put a little job lot out of the Doll's House furniture. Some really cool golf clubs. They're all little boxes and stuff. So we've got, you know, a nice selection of the woods and putters. Irons there, like a full set of irons. Alright, tons of the wood, so we'll probably job lot them up and do them all together. Some really cool mid-century lamps. Right, these are very unusual. Okay, so I'm sure they're going to be very popular. Mid-century seems to be the thing that's in vogue at the moment. So I'm sure these old mid-century crazy lamps are going to be really popular. We got, and this is in excellent condition. Look at the pictures, right? Hey, look at the pictures on this dishwasher. It is like perfect, right? It's so clean inside. Alright, and a nice stove that matches it. They're both Whirlpool. Alright, so nice electric stove and the dishwasher. Pucker condition, really looking nice. So that's all great. Alright, a couple of the old planes and some hairband socket set thing there. Alright, really cool. I think that's like brass, that lamp. It weighs a ton. Alright, it's got some sort of oriental and some flowers and stuff on it. Alright, but that's a really heavy lamp. Alright, it really is nice. Okay, and then we come round. We've got some more vintage looking stuff. Alright, I know there's some old boat looking things there, so there must have been something that come off a boat, something like that. Alright, a ton of DVDs, so you know, if you do well with the DVDs, we've got piles of them, so come and buy your DVDs, you resellers. I know you do good with those. Little bits of artwork on there. I'm going to come to the artwork in a minute. Some towels, I know they're always popular. Some linens there, alright, and bits and pieces. Okay, Arnie's tractor, eh? Golf's most famous tractor, apparently. Pennzoil. Right, Arnie's tractor. Must have been famous, apparently. The old Volkswagen Beetle down there. Right, they were always popular, weren't they? Still with those, few of those flying around. Precious steeples. Alright, so if you like your old cathedrals and stuff like that, there you go. Yeah, come and buy them. Precious steeples there. Alright, a little old slot machine. Like brand new food saver, still in the box, never been used by the looks of it. Alright, so that's going to be really popular, I'm sure. Alright, and you've got some Twin Towers trading lifetime guarantee, some knife set there by the looks of it. So again, that's going to be popular. Right, now listen, I've switched things around a little bit. You can see over on the far side where I normally have some tables. Alright, okay, and I normally put some stuff out along the walls. Right, it's like I've lined you all up, right, just so you can sit down, some of you. Right, not all of you that come that can sit down, alright, but more than normal. Alright, so I've given you a whole wall to sit down on, right, for Tuesday's main auction. Alright, because what we're going to do is sell a ton of artwork. Alright, so I figured if I laid all the artwork out on this side, yeah, then you guys could be sitting over there, along with the people that stand up and like to be stand up, follow us around like they're meant to do, yeah, okay, but you could be sitting there and we can parade it up and down the middle, get Mitch, you know, big old Mitch, get him to walk up and down with it. We've got some really cool artwork. Be sure to check out all the pictures on the websites. Alright, auctionzip.com, estatesales.net, estatesales.org, estatesales.com. Alright, all of those, Facebook. Alright, we're all over all of it. I've taken pictures. Alright, and when there's anything to sign, we've got a few things that are signed, you know, and they're numbered, you know, in the prints and everything. Okay, so if they're signed or anything like that, I'll tell you. This is quite cool, consigner brought in. Continental United States hurricane strikes from 1950 to 2006. So it gives you all the names, all right, and what category they were and what year it happened, all right, from 1950 to 2006. That's quite a neat piece, that one. There's a nice, really unusual, looks like an oil work there, all right, by Stephen K. Again, I've taken pictures. It is signed and numbered, so that's a really nice piece. Alright, I'm just going to give you a kind of general idea of what we've got going on here. Alright, but as I say, I'm going to let you sit down, most of you anyway. I know some of you other guys are going to have to stand up, but I know you do like to do it. A bit of Lena Lou there. I know she's always popular. Alright, but as I say, I've got pictures of everything. This is a really nice piece. As usual with most of these artists, I can't read the names, so I haven't got a danny who they are. Alright, I just don't think that there's any Monets or any real sort of Rembrandts or anything like that. Alright, but if you do spot one, come down, bring a few people with you, you know, so you can bid a few million, you know, and then I can go on a little holiday or something, you know. So that's a rather unusual piece. Shame the lights are affecting it, but again, I have got it better on the older pictures. Alright, a really nice clown picture up there, looks like a kind of old clowny picture. That is 24 or 30 by somebody, so that is a nice piece. Okay, alright. I'm going to show you this one here, right? Just coming up right now. This beach scene here, right? It's got signed by Joan Rivers, right? So, did I not know that Joan Rivers, you know, bless her heart, bless her soul, alright? She was an artist as well, but it just so happens that there's some other Joan Rivers that likes to paint the beach and stuff. I don't know. But you could have a signed painting by Joan Rivers. So that's rather neat, isn't it? I think it's neat anyway. Alright, so more of these pieces here. So tons of this artwork. Alright, these are really unusual. Mexican art, right? But from Mexico on velvet. Alright, so this is velvet. Alright, okay. So they're going to leave the building. Alright, some really cool pieces. So make sure, as I say, you do check out all the pictures online. Alright, another really unusual kind of Mexican looking thing there as well. Alright. So it's going to be 4 o'clock preview, 5 o'clock start for the main auction where we're going to do all the artwork and all the rest of those nicer pieces I've shown you. But remember, this week we are going to start early down in the barn. We're going to start in the building as well where I've got all that cheaper stuff laid out. Alright, we're going to have a blitz it and get rid of it as soon as we can, as quick as we can. Alright, let you guys sort of fill up your trailers and everything that you're going to bring. Alright, so 1 o'clock preview, 2 o'clock start. Alright, we'll be in the barn and up in the main building for some of the stuff that we've got laid out there. Alright, so remember to come early if that's what you want. Otherwise, if you're just interested in the artwork, alright, and all of the other stuff that we got there with that German musical birdcage and stuff, then come along, alright, at 4 o'clock on Tuesday. We are at 400 East Gulf Atlantic Highway, which is State Road 44 basically. Right close to 301, next door to Wildwood Tyre. What a lovely bunch of fellas they are in there. Got anything wrong with your car, take it into them, they're good as gold. Alright, but 1 o'clock preview, 2 o'clock start in the barn for the box lot bonanza. Alright, 4 o'clock preview, 5 o'clock start for the main auction. Hope to see you Tuesday, can't wait to see you all. Bring your money, spend it.